Hi, it was some time ago now when I felt like I wanted to do a video. I have those periods sometimes where I just shift the way I do things, and right now it just became writing again and using AI as a way of kind of telling a story. Um, it has been, is it like 3 weeks or so when I kind of got very focused on the war between Russia and Ukraine. And before that, I wasn't that interested about the history of it all. But as you've seen, that kind of came with it. Um, I I'm starting to make up my mind here, and it's just getting kind of larger and larger for each time. First, I just thought that, okay, there's a story with Russia here, like, let's focus on them. That went over to then Ukraine and what happened there, and then the past and the history between Russia and Europe. And and it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And yesterday I just felt that, yeah, the Americans are probably going to be feeling left out. And that is a thing with them. They don't want to rule Europe. They want Europe to rule itself. Europe have a tendency though to be very slow and not take it like decisions or being in any way decisive. We kind of need someone that steers us in whatever path we are supposed to be on. And we usually, the at least the last couple of years, we usually let the US do it for us. The energies that is around Europe right now is that we are supposed to start to stand on our own feet. And there is some countries in Europe that actually started to kind of break free from like NATO thinking energy. I think it's Germany that started to kind of have their own thing on the side of NATO, and there's a few other countries too. So something is kind of in the works here. I think the USA try their very best to focus on themselves and to fix what needs to be fixed in the US. However, they get pulled because the rest of the world kind of don't let them. Russia, dear Lord, so much pain. Oh my God, so much pain for being left out. And I obviously heard about everything that was going on, but I had my own little battle going on in my life the last few years, so I haven't paid that much attention. It's firstly like now when things are kinda stable. Not yet, though. I can still create chaos if or universe can create chaos if I'm not kind of watching it. Russia and Europe are supposed to get along. I don't know how that is possible. It just is. I saw a while ago. I saw like an old woman in some kind of a parliament, EU, United Nations. I don't know. old woman, like 80, 90, whatever. And she probably was like 90. And she said that one day Russia is going to be European, or going to be like meshed with Europe. And I sat with that for quite some time, and I wonder, well, isn't that like a utopia where we don't seem to get along at all? And as time went, I just starting to realize that, yeah, no, the energies kind of wants that to happen. Everybody just say that, yeah, but then Russia is going to come in and then they're going to like rule over us. There is a balance there. I think Europe kind of needs one, not a dictator, but like someone that is strong enough to kind of choose a path. And then Europe needs to kind of, I don't know, balance it all out, if that makes sense. Because we seem to be not moving forward at all. We seem to stagnate. Even if we try, even if we just like go with whomever wants to play with us. That kind of feeling. And I don't know. It has been a wild ride, kind of coming to the conclusion. I know the Chinese are up to something. I just didn't know what. So they're probably planning to kind of go to war with several countries, not just Russia. They are probably planning, and they can plan for extremely long time. Something came up on my TikTok that said that the most bloodiest people getting killed wars has involved China. I think it was like the three most deadliest wars is with or around China. Like they are a part of it. I don't know if this is like completely correct, but 900 years after Christ was born, there was a war in China. If it was within China or it was with another country, I can't remember. But that information said that in that war, 20 to 30 million people died. I didn't even know there were 20 to 30 million people on planet Earth during that time. They seem to have to just kill them in this war. So I don't know. It just feels like they don't give, like, they don't care. So that is kind of alarming. And then for Russia, the United States, and Europe to be divided and kind of weak and just focusing on something else or being in fights with each other just gets the Chinese to just have its own pathway towards whatever they are planning. And I don't know, it feels like we are in a situation, in like an energy shift right now. The people, countries, or situations, you just need to decide. You just need to like stick to a path and then go for that path. I have the feeling that Russia were headed towards some kind of a dictatorship, because when I kind of started to tap into this energy that they had, it was extremely aggressive. like really aggressive. And that has shifted the last few weeks. Not to say, I wouldn't say like they can't go soft either. They can't be too emotional. They can't be, because the Russian people like their president as he is. They want that strength that Russia kind of see as strength, but you can't be aggressive. You need to learn how to kind of manage that. What Russia feel is strength and what it feels is a weakness, and then land somewhere in between, I guess. And the rest of the world just have to deal with that. You can go softer, but you can't go too soft. You can't be too kind, or because then the Russian people will not respect you. That is just how they work. I think Zelensky need to learn to be a politician now. It's time for that. He has fought amazingly. I haven't followed anything. It's just like the last few weeks. I've heard stuff, but didn't really focus on this. I have focused on work, even if I'm not working right now. I used to. And hopefully I will soon. I don't know how this is going to when I need to focus on something else, but I'm sure I'm figuring it out in some way. I don't know. Zelensky, on the other hand, you need to focus on being a politician now, and this is not his like strength at all. When you kind of came up to his energy, he was almost like a brick wall, and you needed to take one of the bricks and like throw it through the wall almost to kind of get through. Like I think that he was so stuck in like a war mode, and just to be having to say no and put up boundaries and what was fair for Ukraine and so on. I think a lot of opportunities have gone missing with these two energies kind of clashing. But he needs to start to kind of view diplomacy, is that what you call it? And like being a politician, and start to kind of build Ukraine up in some way, some shape or form. I don't know. And that is not his strength, but I think he is willing to learn. I did hear this morning that he is starting to speak to his people about the changes and about why he has done stuff that they seem to not be that positive about. So he is shifting, and I think he's going to need some time to kind of ease into that. It is true that this war, Ukraine and Russia, is going to end when the two presidents actually meet and sign something. The path towards it, though, needs to be kind of structured, and you need to start to kind of come together in some form, because no one is winning. Like, it doesn't look good for anybody. And the Chinese, yeah, I don't know why everybody just kind of lean on them. They seem to have their own agenda with everything. When I laid cards on like US and China, Europe and China, and the Russia and China, no one wants to be like with them, but everybody tries because we are fighting like in between each other. So I thought that was funny. It's like, yeah, but no one of us like them. So why are we? Why are we even trying? They, and I'm not going to budge on this one. They're going to betray like all three, like USA, Europe, and Russia at some time. It's just like pick whatever time you want. It's going to happen because that is what the Chinese does. And I kind of like everything. Like we've already been fighting over borders. We've already been, okay, Russia is still like, this is ours, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I should kind of look. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's, I don't want to give any territory at all to Russia. Like, learn to deal with it. Maybe you gain, I don't know, a few meters of Ukraine, but you're going to lose half of Russia to Chinese, to the China man, or now I'm just to the Chinese people. I mean, like, is it worth it? It's like you're probably going to lose a lot more, and the Chinese are more brutal. They are just like 20 to 30 million people with like swords and stuff back 900 after Christ was born. That's a lot of people. I don't know how many you would kind of double it up to today to kind of have the same amount of people dying in a war. So I don't know. I think I'm going to stay with my my view here of Europe need to kind of take accountability for what they have done to kind of alienate Russia. For some reason, we did get along at some point. I don't know what happened. Maybe I will figure that one out. Maybe someone will explain it to me. I don't know. But something happened. The Russians got paranoid because they are the Russians, and they are kind of everywhere. Like I see so many I don't share this, but I see so many documentaries where they are like spying up north and in the south, and they are like everywhere. I don't know. I'm just sometimes I'm just wondering if who am I walking past, if I is a Russian spy or not, because they are literally everywhere. And that's just Russian people. I mean, that's a lot of money to spend on spying, but I don't know. I think it would do Europe good. I think it would do Russia good, and I think the USA wants to be included, but not really kind of run Europe or be some kind of a decision maker. And I can be wrong, but it could be a interesting fit to have Russia part of Europe in some way, because they are very determined when Europe is not. So I kind of find the balance there might be an interesting one. I think that's it. Am I going to keep doing videos? I hope so. I don't know why I sometimes just take a moment for myself. It just happens, and then I'm back again. I have obviously tried, and I'm going to keep doing it, to share what I read, listen to, watch as much as I can. But I think that that's it for today. Yeah.